What's up, YouTube family? This is Leah Boone with Monarch Ministries. Welcome to the channel. Forgive my voice. I have been sick like this whole week. I got like some kind of cold with a sinus infection and it moved down into my throat. So my voice is a little scratchy. I wanted to come and talk to you about things that happen to us in our lives that we just don't understand. Like, huge emergencies happen and it puts a halt on everything in our life, and what obedience and really heeding God's warnings can do for you. So you guys know that I bought this car, and I've really had a hard time getting it. And when I bought it, just like the last car, God showed me the scripture in Daniel where it says, "Read the writing on the wall." And I knew He was talking about, consider, if you buy this older car, it's going to have issues. But I mean, I was so afraid of buying a newer vehicle with less miles on it because A, I didn't think I could get approved. B, I was super worried about a huge car payment and how I was going to make it. And thinking back on it now, I mean, I probably could have made the car payment. I mean, I've had a car loan before that was over $400, but because of trauma and being homeless and all this stuff, I didn't want any more added burden on myself. And I was thinking about, what I was going to have to be paying every month. And I knew that buying an older car was going to mean that it probably will be having some issues with the high mileage and stuff. But I just, I knew eventually, but not now. My AC went out on the car, the compressor went out. And I looked it up, and it's a common problem on this year Kia. And I've just been beside myself in shock because it's 110 degrees outside and I absolutely can't do anything. I can't go to work. I can't do door dashing. I can't drive anywhere. I can't pick up the kids. The car is basically just a clunk of metal now sitting in the driveway that I'm having to make payments on, even though the payments are low. Now I'm faced with this emergency, and it's not like everything is going, hunky-dory before this happened. But it's like, man, the enemy is throwing a lot at me. And, my daughter's car had some problems, and so I had to spend all my money fixing that. But I figured, I can keep working and stuff, and, I'll be able to pay my bills. But just when I need to pay the bill, there goes the AC. And I don't, I'm sitting here like thinking back on everything and almost playing with the thought that, why are you letting this happen? But it's not God. He warned me, and I knew that there was going to be things that I was going to have to pay for. I just didn't expect it to be so soon, which, is just crazy in itself because people buy cars all the time, and right after they buy them, they break down. But in my mind, I thought, okay, the Lord has a plan. And then that comes into my mind today and yesterday, this week. The Lord has a plan through all this. And before in my life, before I had Christ, when something like this would happen, like a huge emergency that stops everything dead on its tracks in your life, that I would react in a very destructive way. I would lash out at people. I would blame God. I would question everything. But this is the test of our faith. It says in James chapter 1, verse 2 and 3, it says, "My brethren, count it all joy when faced with various trials, knowing that the testing of your faith produces its patience." So I was just thinking, and I've been praying all day and talking to God, and I'm like, it's a test. It's just another test, among other things that I can't see right now. But I didn't react to this situation in the way that I used to. And so, sorry. I know that God has been working in me and through me, and I'm a different person. Knowing that He is in control. Because before I would automatically jump to, oh, this is it. I'm done. It's all over. I'm done with this, Christianity. I'm done with God. I'm just done. It seems like it's never ending. Why does He let all these things keep happening to me? I get to a place where I'm like sort of okay. I mean, everything's not good. I'm used to being poor. I'm used to not having anything. Sorry, this is hard. And so it's like, I've always lived in survival mode. Money makes the world go round. I mean, honestly, without a job, without money, you can't do much. I mean, that's just the facts. I know that God is producing something in me. And then I think, when is it ever going to end? When are these problems going to stop happening? I mean, it's a mechanical issue. The AC compressor goes out a lot in these cars. And I didn't know that until I looked it up last night. And so, I tried to call my dad, and he's like, my brother works in distributing in a warehouse, and they ship AC compressors. And so he was going to ask him, if we could get one and see how much it would cost. But then the labor and all that, and I didn't have anything before this started. It says, knowing that the testing of our faith produces its patience, but let patience have its perfect work, that you may be perfect and complete, lacking nothing. I think about how I used to handle things. And now You know, in my mind right now, I'm running this thought, like, it's like every time something happens, I'm running to God and being like, God help me. But then I think, how many people turn to God, and how many times, before in my life, was that the first thought, was to give it to God, was to go in search of the peace and the solutions, to ask God to show you, what to do in these situations, even though, I know it's a mechanical issue. But everything is a test of our faith. Like, where are you going to turn? Are you going to turn to the alcohol? Are you going to turn to drugs? Are you going to run away from God and blame him? Or are you going to turn to him because you know by now, through your walk, that he is in control? And now you know that everything that does happen is just a test, and it's to produce something in you. And even though you don't have all the answers and it's super frustrating, that there's a plan. He's got a plan, even though you don't know what it is. I'm one of those people that I like to have things in control. Like, I've always got everything at least to a point where if everything else fell through, I would be able to do this to stay on my feet, or that, or this. And right now it's like, I don't even have that. And I think for sure, it's these things that bring us closer to God. It's like these horrible things that happen in our lives, whether it be an AC compressor, or divorce, or losing a loved one. People tend to blame God, but we need to be able to walk close enough with him to see beyond the immediate problem, to see that God is trying to produce something in you. And it takes time, patience. I swear, patience is my middle name. Patience is my middle name with everything that I have had to face in my life. I'm thankful that I have a roof over my head for these days, that my air compressor went out. And I believe everything happens for a reason. It is hot outside. I mean, you can't do anything. It's too hot. And I'm just thankful that the Lord has me here at my daughter's house, and I'm not out trying to pay my rent every week at a motel, or living in my car. I mean, how horrible would that be? That would be happening when that happened. I kind of think, that God knew that the compressor was going out. So he placed me here and then let it go out. Everything happens for a reason. There's so many intricate layers to everything that happens. And it's so many times, most of the time, I would say 99% of the time, we don't really get the full aspect of what he was trying to do in our life until after the fact, until we go back and see all of the things that came together because of this thing. So let patience have its perfect work, and know that, the trials, the various trials, the things that you feel like are going to take you out in life, it's just a test of your faith, and he's trying to draw you closer to him. Anyways, I love you all so much with the love of Christ. Y'all have a blessed day. Bye.